The boatman maneuver is a boat.
Yeah.
Round. Just
Just
taking a, you know.
Very nice, man.
It's beautiful, yeah?
This is
So
a
this is
beautiful.
the last stone which I was talking about.
Yeah.
So it is a quartz stone. They consider as a quartz stone.
What stone?
Quartz. I mean, they consider him as God. You know.
God.
Yeah.
God stone.
Ye?
G-O-D.
G-O-D. G-O-D.
God. Hey, it looks like a pyramid, yeah? Just have a look at this. See? It's triangular in shape. And all these small pebbles, see? Studded. All the small pebbles studded to it.
Beauty of the nature.
This is the beautiful place, isn't it?
Yes, it's nice. It's really nice.
Rightly selected by a king, eh?
Yeah.
That's why.
No wonder, yeah? I mean, out there we have a small island there, see? Full of sands.
New mo na hopo em ka krang da.
So there's a very strong belief that the Hindu, like the Hindu belief in Ram and Lakhan, like the people here also they believe that they came and stayed here, huh?
Yeah.
So there's a waterfall there.
But then it's sad to say that the river water is dead. There's no life in it.
That's the irony of the entire thing.
Nature.
Yeah. The river is
dead.
So you really see the beauty of the nature, you know. God has gifted to human being of such a beauty and all this thing. But then it's sad to say, you know, but you see the river water, but there's no life there. No living forms of any kind can survive.
Not even crabs, huh?
Not even crabs, nothing. So now, look at this. See this one, call it long blind.
This is Trambla.
Oh, this is Throngblan. So everything has a lot of religious connotations, huh? Everything is linked with religion, and people are very close to nature. Again, here, as you have mentioned earlier, that because of man's greed again, we find that like the kind of mining that have taken place, all this have really spoiled everything. Huh?
This is called bat cave.
The bat cave, is it?
Yeah. Because it is called bat cave.
There's a cave inside, is it? From here? Okay. Now that's the point from where the Muntlu river come, and then from there the expanse starts. It's called Tisang at this place, and from here it goes right down up to Bangladesh, where in the plains of Bangladesh is being known by another name. It's called Hari. The same river, River Muntlu. And that's the point from where like you see all the water, like the water that surrounds the town of Joy. One can really see the discoloration that's there in the stones, and as we have mentioned earlier, all this because of the unscientific coal mining that's taking place, the kind of pollution And Mr. James had rightly pointed out there is hardly any kind of life here in this water. Now that's a sad story. As you can see, this is all foamy, and all this is because of the kind of pollution, maybe mixed with sulfur and other things. Now this is really sad. It's really sad. It's something which shouldn't have really happened here. Such a beautiful place, but man have really destroyed it.
Don't feel right. You can say
This is the only life as we can see here in this river. Butterflies.
liur katu dai
Thousands
poi
of them.
sum to gini. Kon jai ki rong. Kini jai ki.
Right now we are in front of the temple, the Hindu temple in Borkhat, and this is the main entrance. But before we enter into the temple, there's something which I'd like to point out here. Now this is the old wall. This is the old wall that was built up right from the time of the Jaintia king. And we can see that more or less they don't look like stones, they're more of like bricks, is it? No, they are stones cut into small pieces and nicely being laid out. This part of it, perhaps because the wall had collapsed and some kind of maintenance have gone into its place. At this point, we are right in front of the temple, and we can see, like, as far as the structure is concerned, it's still intact, and not much of damage can be seen, and it is very much in line with any other Hindu temple elsewhere that we find in other parts of the country. Now, right at the top of the temple, we have a trident there. In other words, a trishul, which in Hindu beliefs practices is associated with Lord Shiva. Don't really know whether this temple is have to do a lot with the worship of Lord Shiva. We are inside the temple right now, and this is the place where a lot of sacrifices used to be carried out. And according to the information which Malbin, the headman of this place, has to offer, it says like this, that here, the place where a man would be placed to be sacrificed at the altar of the gods. And from here, this portion, if you can see from here, this is the place from where the blood would trickle down, and then it goes down, and perhaps there's a secret kind of a tunnel which goes from inside, which connects to the river. Now, if one would look very carefully, here by the side of the wall we have a place, perhaps a kind of a showcase where the portrait or the pictures of gods and goddesses were kept at one point of time. More interestingly, here we see that there are beautiful drawings here, which of course have been eroded. and more so perhaps there's a destruction, perhaps man-made, all this kind of thing, where they try to renovate or try to do something to revive this, but in the process we find that it's lost. This side we can have a clear picture. There's all flowers, floral designs all over the place, scattered, and everything is painted in red. What is the significance of this red color here? Because we don't really see any other color. That's again something which perhaps we have to look into. This temple is famous for human sacrifices, and thus this red color has anything to do with blood. Now that's something which we will have to look into very carefully. Apart from that, if we try and look into the upper portion of the temple here, we have a series of designs that's being worked out by the artisans. And as we know that this kind of designs is not being made by the local people, perhaps the artisans must have come from the plains to do the needful here. Interestingly, we do have also certain still rings up there. We have one out there, another one stretched up here, and likewise in other parts of the temple we have these still rings. For what purpose, we don't really know, but these are things which we can still see, and they're very, very obvious. Now this is the exterior part of the temple, and here one can really see the designs, the kind of carvings that's been given to this temple. Now this is a beautiful carvings, architectural design here. One can really see all these carvings, and it really talks about the skills of the artisans. To me, I find that there's a kind of a blending here of Hindu and Muslim architecture. I'm not very sure about it, but like one look at it, like all this kind of designs and plus this kind of blocks which are here. Now this in itself speaks volumes about the kind of skills that was there. Now this place here, we find that there are plenty of holes here. Now this is in order to give a free passage for the air to blow inside. On the other side of the temple, we have the same kind of situation where this kind of holes are being made so that air can pass freely into the temple. Pillars here have been carved out on both sides of the entrance, and one can really see the kind of design which have gone to it. On the close inspection, we find that there are cut marks all over the place. Here there are cut marks. Beautiful design is being given, and it stretches up. And on the other side of the pillar also, we have the same kind of a design that's been given, and almost in the same fashion, in the same manner, we find that the temple is being worked out. Due to poor maintenance, we find that this temple had lost its charm. But I strongly feel and wish that in the days to come, special attention